Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the types of estimate in civil engineering. Estimation is one of the most important activities in any construction project. Before starting a building, road, bridge, or other construction work, we need to know approximately how much the project will cost. Different types of estimates are prepared depending on the stage and purpose of the project. In this presentation, we will discuss preliminary estimate, detailed estimate, revised estimate, supplementary estimate, supplementary and revised estimate, annual repair estimate, special repair estimate, and maintenance estimate. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to understand when and why each type of estimate is prepared. Let us first understand what estimation means. Estimation is the process of calculating the approximate quantity and cost of a construction project. In simple words, estimation tells us how much material, labor, equipment, and money may be required to complete a project. Estimation is useful for budgeting and planning. It is also required for obtaining necessary approvals before the construction begins. A good estimate helps us use resources efficiently and avoid unnecessary expenditure. Therefore, estimation is an important first step in construction management. We can say that every construction project begins with an estimate because we need to understand the expected cost before deciding to proceed with the work. Now, let us understand why estimation is necessary. The first purpose is to know the approximate project cost. This helps the owner understand whether the project is financially possible. Second, estimation helps in preparing the project budget. Third, it is required for obtaining administrative approvals. Estimates are also used when inviting contractors to submit their tenders. Another important purpose is to determine the requirements of materials, labor, and equipment. If these requirements are known in advance, construction can be planned effectively. Finally, estimation helps to avoid cost overruns, which means spending much more money than originally planned. Thus, estimation supports proper financial and construction planning. There are different types of estimates because construction projects pass through different stages. The first type is the preliminary or approximate estimate, also called abstract estimate. The second is detailed or item rate estimate. Third is the revised estimate, which is prepared when the original approved cost needs to be changed. Fourth is the supplementary estimate, prepared when additional work is required. We also have a supplementary and revised estimate which combines both changes. For maintenance work, we have the annual repair estimate, special repair estimate, and maintenance estimate. Each type has a specific purpose and we'll discuss them one by one in the following slides. The first type is the preliminary estimate. It is prepared during the planning stage of a project. At this stage, the complete design and detailed drawings may not be available. Therefore, we only need an approximate idea of the project cost. This estimate is mainly used to check the feasibility of a project. For example, before constructing a college building, we may want to know approximately how much money will be required. Preliminary estimates can be prepared using methods such as plinth area method, cubic content method, and unit rate method. The accuracy of a preliminary estimate is generally around plus or minus 10 to 20 percentage. There are several methods of preparing a preliminary estimate. The first is the plinth area estimate, where the estimated cost is calculated using the plinth area and an appropriate rate per unit area. The second is the cubical content method, where the volume of the building is considered. Third is the service unit method, which uses suitable service units such as number of students or beds depending on the type of building. Other methods include the approximate quantity method and Bay method. The major advantages of preliminary estimations are that it is quick, simple, and useful for budgeting. Therefore, it is very useful during the initial planning stage. The next important type is the detailed estimate. Unlike the preliminary estimate, the detailed estimate is prepared after the required drawings have been completed. Here, the quantities of different construction items are calculated more accurately. The estimate is prepared based on the project specifications. It normally includes bill of quantities. The BOQs gives the quantities of individual construction items along with their rates and costs. A detailed estimate is important for obtaining technical sanction and for tendering. For example, quantities of concrete, steel, brickwork, plastering, flooring and painting can be calculated separately. Therefore, a detailed estimate gives a much clearer picture of the actual project cost. Let us now look at the main components of a detailed estimate. We need detailed measurements of all construction items. From these measurements, we calculate the required quantities. Next, rate analysis is carried out to determine the cost of each item. An abstract cost is then prepared to summarize the total expenditure. The estimate may also contain a material schedule which shows the materials required for the work. Labor costs are included separately. Contingencies are also provided to meet small unforeseen expenses. Finally, the estimate may include the cost of the work charged establishment. Therefore, a detailed estimate contains several components that together help determine the project cost accurately. Now let us discuss the revised estimate. A revised estimate is prepared when the cost of a project changes significantly from the originally sanctioned estimate. According to the presentation, it may be required when the cost exceeds the sanction estimate by more than about 5 to 10%. A revised estimate may also become necessary when there are design changes and increase in material prices or when additional work becomes necessary. The purpose of preparing a revised estimate is to obtain revised administrative approval. For example, if the price of steel increases significantly during construction, the original estimate may no longer represent the expected project cost. In such situation, a revised estimate becomes necessary. The fourth type is the supplementary estimate. This estimate is prepared when some additional work is required that was not included in the original estimate. In simple words, the original project remains but some new work is added. A supplementary estimate may be required when a new structure is added or when extra facilities are needed. For example, suppose a college building was originally planned with classrooms only. Later, an additional classroom may be required. Similarly, an extra water tank or a compound wall may be added. The cost of this additional work is calculated through a supplementary estimate. Sometimes a project may require both revision of the original cost and addition of the new work. In such situation, a supplementary and revised estimate is prepared. Let us understand this with a simple example. Suppose the original project cost was estimated at a particular amount. During construction, material prices increase, so the original cost must be revised. At the same time, the client requests for an additional facility such as another room or water tank. Therefore, we have two changes. One is revision of original estimate, the other is the additional work. The supplementary and revised estimate includes the revised cost, additional work cost, and total revised project cost. The annual repair estimate is prepared every year for routine maintenance work. The main purpose is to keep the building or structure in good working condition and preserve its serviceability. Unlike a new construction estimate, this estimate deals mainly with regular repair and maintenance activities. Common examples include whitewashing, painting, cleaning, drains, minor plumbing repairs, and minor electrical repairs. The next type is the special repair estimate. This estimate is prepared when a structure requires major repair because of serious deterioration or damage. Such damage may occur due to natural disasters, heavy damage, or aging of the structure. Special repair is different from routine annual repair because the work is generally larger and more important. For example, if the roof of the building becomes badly damaged, a roof replacement may be required. Similarly, an old bridge may require rehabilitation or a damaged floor may need complete replacement. The purpose of the special repair estimate is to calculate the cost of these major repair works so that the structure can be restored to be safe and usable condition. A maintenance estimate deals with the cost required to maintain a structure properly. Maintenance can be divided into three main categories: preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, and routine maintenance. The main objectives of maintenance are to increase the service life of the structure, improve safety, and reduce repair cost. In civil engineering, proper maintenance is extremely important because even a well-designed structure can deteriorate if it is not maintained properly. Let us now compare the different types of estimates. A preliminary estimate is prepared during the planning stage and gives an approximate project cost. A detailed estimate is prepared after the design is completed and gives more accurate cost. A revised estimate is prepared during execution when the project cost needs to be changed. A supplementary estimate is prepared during execution when additional work is required. An annual repair estimate is prepared every year for routine maintenance work. A special repair estimate is prepared when major repair is required. Proper estimation provides many advantages in a construction project. First, it supports better financial planning because we know approximately how much money will be required. Second, it helps in the efficient utilization of resources including material, labor, and equipment. Third is cost control and better project management and reduce the wastes in an effective way, and also it helps for timely completion of the project. Now let us summarize what we have learned so far. Estimation is the backbone of project planning. Before starting construction, we need an idea of the required quantities and expected cost. We learned that different estimates are prepared for different purposes. The preliminary estimate gives an approximate cost, while the detailed estimate gives more accurate cost. Revised and supplementary estimates are used when changes occur during the project execution. Finally, annual repair, special repair, and maintenance estimate are used to maintain existing structure. Remember that proper estimation helps cost control, use resources efficiently, reduce waste, and complete projects successfully. Thank you for your attention.